Hello and welcome to this video, sending you so much love. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels, and this is going to be a video about how to create a deck of cards. How to create something that you can sell or use or share with the world. And I'm going to use my Twin Flame Tarot Made Easy deck to show you this, because this deck never started out this way. Like all of the decks of cards that we are guided to create, they begin in the mind. And this was really one of the first tarot decks that I actually made. So I made it on paper first. So I had a vision in my mind about what I wanted to create. And I do that with every single deck. You know, the angels always put ideas in my mind. And then I either create them straight away onto the computer using the cards like in my mind, the way I'm doing it. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Or I put it onto paper. I may make notes or make a deck like this one. So for example, you know, if you're making a deck of cards, if you want to make a deck of cards like Divine Masculine and the Silence, for example, you know, on my Divine Masculine and the Silence deck, it's got the same picture on the front and the back. So it's a very easy deck to create, because all I need to do is get one image that I'm drawn to or guided to use for the whole deck. So I create my cards through makeplaincards.com, and I go onto their website and I click on the tarot, you know, create a tarot deck, and I write in there how many cards I want to create, and then I'm able to upload the cards. But I use Adobe Express to make my cards. I think it used to be called Sparks Post, but it's changed now to Adobe Express. And I get the picture that I need, and I don't get that, you know, you can source your picture from wherever you're guided to. But on this deck, for example, I knew I wanted to create the message for the same card, rather than putting a different image on each card, which takes a lot longer. So I did it directly on the computer. You know, changing the image, the writing, thinking about and connecting with the angels to bring in the right messages. And the deck kind of took care of itself. But with tarot, if you're creating tarot, or maybe you're creating an oracle deck with different images, you know, or different things, it's probably better for you to write it down first. So this deck is the draft of this deck. So I didn't know I was going to call it Twin Flame Tarot Made Easy. I didn't know what the pictures would be. I just had a vision. So for example, the Two of Swords, I had this vision in my mind that I wanted to create something where I could show the air energy and write on something that can give you the word around the card, connect you with the twin flame journey, something that is going to make sense, something that's going to be very easy to understand for anyone who doesn't really work with tarot, or maybe doesn't understand the meanings of the cards yet, or something you can pick up and use to read intuitively to get the right guidance. And that's where I got this from, you know. I say where we, because me and the angels together got this idea for this deck. So the moon, you know, illusion, and the number 18. So I knew that I wanted to put the number of the card on too, or the number of the moon energy too, so I can connect with number sequences in this too. And the moon obviously is about reflection, healing, intuition, but it's also about illusion. It's about seeing through the illusion. You know, the Five of Cups, feeling lost, feeling like things aren't going to plan, focusing on what isn't there instead of what is there, water energy, emotions. So this is kind of how I got my, you know, energies around this deck, you know, thinking about each card and what it meant for me. And if you're very, very, you know, if you're new to the channel, you won't know this, but if you've been with me a long time, way before I started creating decks of cards, I used to use this deck on the channel, because I wanted to use it, because I was so in tune with it, and I've kept it because it's still very powerful today. It's infused with angel energy, it's infused with my creative energy as well. But that deck became Twin Flame Tarot Made Easy. So on the back of the card, you know, I knew that I wanted to have some form of flame or candle, because it's connected with the twin flame journey. And my biggest tip to anyone creating a deck of cards is to put your name on every single card. because I've bought decks of cards and totally forgot who's created them. And I can't find the deck online. So I've no idea who's created that deck and I can't give them credit. So if you want to get credit for your deck of cards, if someone's using it on their YouTube channel or using it in a reading, make sure you put your name on it. Make sure you put your name on. And on every single card, it's different if you've got a deck like this, for example. This is Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light. Her cards haven't got that on, but, these are cards produced, through a publisher and, these are mass produced. Whereas, if you were creating something on makeplayingcards.com, just make sure you put your name on. So let's have a look at this deck. So for example, the Ace of Pentacles Abundance, you can see this is mirrored. Let me see if I can find one of the cards. I should have really sorted this out before I started doing this video, but I just thought I'd jump on and show it to you and, get an energy of how, or, show you an idea of how I created it. So, for example, the Ace of Pentacles, I found it there. That was very lucky I found that card. So, you can see there, the Ace of Pentacles Abundance, the Earth. So, I knew I wanted to create it around the Earth. And the card for me has always meant abundance. It's just always the energy that the angels have brought in. Abundance, remember, is in many ways and many forms, not just physical abundance like money. It's about health, it's about growth, it's about love, it's about joy, it's about all these things. And you can see what I've done here is I've put, the Ace of Pentacles at the top, just like there. And I put Pentacles, an ace, so I couldn't fit on, it didn't look right to me when I put the Ace of Pentacles like that. So it became the Pentacles with the ace. And then the word abundance and the earth energy with the trees. So all of the earth cards, if I show all the Pentacles cards, have got this gorgeous image of this tree on. And I've kind of mirrored it all the same. So this is how I was guided to do it, and it really felt good to me. And you'll know if it feels right to you. And if you put the wrong image on there, you'll know, because it'll feel like the wrong image, but you'll gel with the energy. The Ten of Pentacles, security, earth. And then, for example, where's the moon? Did I see the moon card? Did I have the moon card before? I did, didn't I? I don't know what I've just done with the moon card, but I'll show you. So, for example, the moon, illusion, the number 18. I did have that card somewhere, but I think I've put it back in the other deck. But what I wanted to do with the major arcana is create a light effect with it. With the energy of this sun breaking through and the beauty. All the cards are with the same image. All the major arcanas are with the same image. So you've got the star, hope, and 17. And that's why, when we see the number 717 or 1717, we're being reminded to have hope. And then we've got, for example, the Five of Cups, which I showed you before as well. I don't know what I've done with the cards. It's such a shame because I put them back in the deck. But, whatever I've done with them, I'm just seeing if I can find them. But, that card there, the Five of Cups, feeling lost, and the water energy. So with all the cups, we've got the Three of Cups, which means celebration and reunion. We've got the Queen of Cups, sensitive and psychic, water. We've got for the wands, the fire energy there, coming together to not give up. And that's how I created the deck. And then for the swords, I've got the air energy there, indifference, and, the feeling of being trapped with the Eight of Swords. So that's the way I created this deck. And, I use makeplayingcards.com. to, I'm just seeing if I can find that card there, the King of Swords. I saw the King of Swords, but it's not there. So, and that's how I created this deck. This is how this deck here became the Twin Flame Tarot Made Easy. But I use makeplayingcards.com. There is other things and other websites you can use, but I find them very good. And the reason I like using them is because they take care of the shipping and the production and everything else. All I have to do is make the deck, approve that I'm happy with it, and then it goes to them and they approve it their end, and then they put it for sale. If you put it for sale, you say how much you want to sell it for and all the details. And it's as easy as that. So, That's how it works. And I don't worry about the decksI cards because I know they're being created by a really good seller, a really good company. I've never had any issues with them when I've bought my own cards, when people have bought cards. They're very, very good at what they do, and I'm really happy with the quality of the cards as well. So makeplayingcards.com is a very good company to use. And, you can use all kinds of different, kind of websites to create your cards on, to put them from cards or thought in your mind or a piece of paper into a card itself. There's many things you can use. I'm trying to think. There's canvas and there's all kinds. But you'll find what works right for you. But the initial thing is to get the idea, to think about what you want to create, to think, okay, I want to create a divine masculine deck. And then you could sit with the energy and write down all the messages. But I guarantee you, when you're putting it all together on the computer, you're going to get more messages coming to you. It's very rare I'll have certain things written down and that will be the end of the deck, because once you start getting in the flow, the angels will channel the messages to you, or your guides, or your twin, or whomever you're connecting with. So decks take a bit longer, when you're using different images. So for example, my Twin Flame Ascension Oracle deck, there's different, it took me a while to create this because I had to find the right images to go with the, with what I wanted to do. And I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but what I did was I kind of made a note of all the symptoms that I wanted to connect with this in this deck, like the diarrhea there, for example. And then, we'll use a different one because that's not very nice talking about that, but, like the upper back. And then I pretty much sat with the energy of the picture and I connected with the message and it just flew. In other words, it flew out of me. The message the angels wanted me to put on the card came out of me. So I wrote like a note down about what this energy is, what was coming to me in my mind, and then I allowed the angels to channel it. So that's the way I do it. So obviously finding the pictures takes the time. And there's many, many sources you can get your pictures from. If you're wondering, you can find, you find your pictures yourself. So make sure these are safe pictures as well without copyright claims on. So, looking after yourself as well, looking after you. So this is why these things can take longer. I mean, right now I've probably got 30 decks of cards in my head. I've probably got 30 decks of cards written down, half done, that I need to find the time to do, because it's finding the time. And that's the worst thing in my kind of part of doing it, because I've got all these ideas and things I want to create, but I haven't got the time. Because it's finding that time, especially when you're busy doing other things, like I'm doing the channel or I'm doing personal readings or whatever I'm doing. It's making the time to create the deck. And again, making sure that you put your name on the deck as well when you've created it. It's a really powerful thing to do. I'm just seeing what else I could show you here, because I can't really go onto the website and show you how to do it. It would take too long, and there's something a bit special as well about learning how to do it and finding your way. Let's look at the Twin Flame Oracle. So again, the same picture. On this one, I wanted the colour different than what the original picture was. So I changed the colour. On Make Playing Cards, you can change the colour, of what the background colour is. So I changed it to this pink. And then, I found the pictures that I wanted to use, and then the messages came. So, the penguins for breakthroughs marching ahead. And you have an opportunity of doing it with a matte finish or a glossy finish as well. So, there's plenty of options. You can create as many cards as you want. For my event next year, I actually created my little cards that people are going to have in, like the badges they're going to wear on there as well. So you can create cards from up to 40 cards in a deck to 300 cards in a deck. And you can do round, square. You can do, the tarot size cards, which is what I use, or you can use smaller ones. You can use plain card size. There's lots you can do. So my advice would be, if you're thinking of creating a deck of cards, first of all, write down your idea. And then maybe have a little look on makeplayingcards.com and have a little play around and, maybe set an account up and have a look and see what you're guided to do. And then start thinking about what pictures you could use or what the messages would be. But the first step is starting. Like with anything, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, the first step is starting it. Maybe buying yourself a blank deck like this and creating it, writing things on it. Every single deck I created, started in my mind, and then it turned into something much more. And each message is channeled from heaven. I want to introduce you to my family and friends as one, or to my family as my one. These are the messages that come through. So anyway, I just thought I'd do a video on that, and let me know if it does help you, if you want me to expand on it. If you want me to expand on it a little bit, which I can do in the future. But it means going onto the website. Now, that's really kind of a personal journey when you're creating a deck. And it's something I know that you'll enjoy to do. And, rather than me giving you a tutorial on how to do it, it's exciting when you find it yourself and you have a look around and you know what you're guided to do. But if you've got an idea for a deck of cards in your head, or you want to start a YouTube channel or create a website, or the time is now, go for it. Don't be worried or stressed about anything. Just do it and you won't be disappointed. And the angels will guide you every step of the way. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.